Hi, welcome back to Hit or Glitch. I'm Daniel.
I'm Scott.
I'm Alex.
I'm Tim.
This week on Under the Hood, we reach into Tomo Topics yet again to pull out a topic to discuss it. This week on cursed items.
Ooh. Yeah, those suck.
So there's two different types of cursed items, at least in my opinion. There's the this is just here to screw you over, like the not handy haversack or not the bag of holding, the bag of devouring.
Yep.
Like it's just there to be mean to the players. And then there's the fun ones that are like the sentient cursed magic item that won't let you let go of it ever. You can't let go of it even while you're asleep or anything, and they provide good role playing and situational things. So it's like, this is super powerful, but it comes with a really scary downside of, are you actually going to kill your allies here?
Yeah.
Like,
or is it going to kill you?
Is it going to kill you? You know, like that's fun. So
a bag of devouring can be useful, especially if you have torture at your table.
If you have what?
Tell me the truth, or I'm putting your hand in the bag of devouring. By the time it gets to the elbow, I bet they're telling you stuff.
I think of those ones, they can be useful. I just think that when you're trying to like put them in, here's a bag of holding, and trying to trick the players into like putting their valuable magic items into it.
Okay, so if you say here's a bag of holding, you're being a dick GM. You find a bag.
Yeah.
Describe it. Well, it looks like a bag of holding. You describe the bag of holding. If they jump to that conclusion without testing it, that's them being dumb players.
It's a bag with a face stitched on it.
Yeah.
It's a bag of holding, guys.
Okay.
Sure, go with that. Or identify it and be sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You should never use a magic item until you've cast Identify on it. In fact, you generally shouldn't touch anything that looks particularly magical until you've identified it.
Mm-hmm.
But
depending on your wisdom/intelligence score.
Yeah.
If it's low enough, just be impulsive.
Oh, that's what you're getting at. I was thinking about, depending on whether your saves are good enough.
Oh, no. I'm thinking if they're dumb enough or
not wise enough.
Impulsive enough.
Yeah.
Which would be the low wisdom. Just go ahead and do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Could be fun.
So do you guys have a favorite cursed item?
I really liked the bow that BJ came up with. That
It was essentially an oath bow.
Yeah.
That once per day could cast an arrow slaying, but he couldn't let go of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a demon inside of it.
And every time he was using that slaying, it was taking the soul of whatever he killed.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what that thing in there was, or what that was going to do, like how many souls it had to get before it got its freedom, or what. You know, we had no idea what that was doing there, and we weren't high enough level to get rid of it or to cure the curse.
He was stuck with it for 3 levels, I think.
Yeah, something like that. So he got it really early on in the game. And that was a fun, like that I enjoyed it, and it kept talking to him, but it could only talk to him.
Yeah.
And he had to talk out loud back. Well, I don't even know if he had to talk out loud to it, Victor. He just did.
Because his character talked to inanimate objects. He did that before he got the bow.
He talked to his pet goldfish, the mechanical one.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't actually run into very many cursed items. We ran into the one in your one shot. In your one shot. And that was interesting.
Yeah.
Ran into the oath bow thing.
I enjoy the intelligent ones that give room for a little bit extra role play, a little bit of dichotomy and choices. And
see, I have an idea for one that I have not been able to implement yet.
Ooh. Scary.
And
since we're typical players, you're not going to tell us.
No, I will. I've mentioned it a couple times in passing, at least to one, if not more of you.
Okay.
It is a cane sword. So it is a short sword with the finesse property.
You can pull it out.
Yep. It has the property that it appears as a cane until you draw the sword, so it's indistinguishable. It must be attuned.
Okay.
Attuning to it curses you.
Mm-hmm.
You are blinded.
Yeah.
But you have 10 feet blind sight.
It's kind of like from Goblins, but he has cane swords from the beginning, but he gets a blindfold that makes him blind, but he has true sight or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the inspiration for this item is Zatoichi.
Yeah.
And I haven't quite worked out like the exalted forms of it, but the point is also that it gets better.
Yeah, the awakened and exalted forms.
Yeah. I haven't quite
So
worked
like
those out.
what its prerequisites are to improve and what its prerequisites are to fail.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've liked the idea of that, and I've thought about running a game where, at least it's crossed my mind, to run a game where all the players start off with a sentient magic item, and have to deal with the consequences of their actions, because I might even have them set up.
If I were gonna do that, I would have other players playing each other's magic items.
Oh man! Nice.
For a couple reasons. One, it takes pressure off of you, the GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you're playing.
And two, players know how to mess with other players better than you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tim, I get to be your magic item.
So who does that give me?
You get to be Alex's.
And I get to be Scott's.
Okay.
It's gonna be really. It's gonna be like. It's not sadistic or whatever when they enjoy it, so I'm just gonna get bored after a while.
But yeah, that's how I would do it.
That is a good idea.
I don't know about necessarily letting the players design them.
Well, like not design the effects necessarily, but I'd design the personality. So if we were doing it that way, I'd have each of the other player, like the player maybe gets to choose what the item is. The GM stats it out, and then the person who's going to play it designs the personality. Knowing what it's going to be, what it's supposed to be, or what it does, they get to design the personality that goes along with it.
I would caveat that with having the DM also choose the alignment of the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could come up with the
Well,
personality
that'd be part of
based
statting
on
it.
you.
Yeah.
So
That would be interesting.
That could be a fun game because it's really hard as a GM to keep track of role playing something that's on screen at all times for that long of a period of time, just constantly in that many different
especially when
ones.
there's multiple ones. Yeah.
You have to constantly keep. Okay, what is this again? Okay, what is it doing again? Okay, yeah.
But then it comes to the
one player keeping track of two different things isn't too hard.
No.
Yeah, no, keeping track of it, no. But then it becomes the players their characters are going to talk to each other less and less, as instead it's the magic item talking to.
But you can split the party easier.
That's really good. No, there's 4 people here.
But in some ways, that reflects mechanically, or zeitgeisty, the fact that when you have these intelligent weapons, maybe you do start falling into talking only to that weapon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You stop interacting with other people.
A la
around you.
Gollum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just start saying "my precious" and then yelling at other people because they're talking to you and you don't want to talk to them. You talk to "my precious."
Yep.
So we need to play this game sometime.
Yeah, and we all need to be the armies. The
Summoners.
We'll all be the summoners with a magic item.
Oh my gosh. That's just too much. That reminds me of a World of Warcraft character I created that I could fill the entire screen, like as far as I could zoom out with just stuff.
Huh.
Here's another question. What's your least favorite cursed item? The one that is the most annoying to you?
Oh man! In that game that they kicked me out of, that they didn't want me to be there for, they had this they all really liked the story because they had created this backstory and they've been playing together for forever, and they had this backstory for this like cursed chest that kept following them around, that whatever they put in there would, something random would happen to it. And so their rogue stole my stuff, stuck it in there, and then what I got out was crappy nothing or other, and they're all getting all this very awesome stuff. It's like, did you guys? I'm guessing that was the hint that they didn't want me there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really like that thing.
I think.
Would it be the deck of many things? I mean, it's not technically cursed, but that might be the worst.
I think it is cursed in the sense that it's given to players.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you can do with a deck of many things.
It's given to players to end the game, because it ends every game that it shows up in. Just about. Or
just about.
It basically ends the main story and starts a whole new one that's maybe not even the same characters, because half of them are dead and the other half of them lose their souls and turn into Thorgs.
It derailed the final episode of Critical Role.
Yeah. The deck of many things basically ends.
Well, that campaign, the Vox Machina, the 11th of January, they'll be starting a new campaign with new characters.
Grog drew Void. He was all by himself in the Whitestone.
He didn't really derail the final episode. He derailed the epilogue that Matt had set up for them.
Yeah.
What's Void do?
Sucks out your soul and puts it in a gem in a random location determined by the GM.
So then they had to do this whole extra epilogue of them adventuring to free Grog's soul.
Gosh dang it, Grog.
Spoilers.
That's not even review spoilers.
It's spoilers.
It's spoilers for somebody else. Yeah.
If you haven't seen through...
This is probably going to come out forever from now.
So. Months.
Hello, future
It'll probably be, 4 months after? 3-4 months after the final episode first aired, so...
Yeah.
So are they going to start at level 1?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, cool. I can finally jump in. I'll jump in for that.
I think my least favorite cursed item is probably the Talisman of Ultimate Evil.
Oh, yeah. It's very hard to play an Ultimate Evil character.
Well, it's not so much... I don't like it because if you touch it and you're not evil, you take damage. And if you are evil, it tries to get you to do things. And gives you powers and stuff. I don't know.
For mine, I'm going to go way back in the day. Back to my junior high days. I had a DM that every campaign loved to throw this in. And he would change the look of it. And he would change how it would read with Detect Magic and stuff so that we never knew what it was. And that's the belt of gender changing.
Oh my gosh. Yep, junior high. Woohoo!
Not that, I had an issue playing, but, and he would always be, every game, within the first 3 sessions, someone would swap genders. And it just got annoying because it just made him giggle so much.
Yeah.
And he would try to convince everyone to just keep swapping it around to people.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your most favorite and least favorite cursed item? Comment below and leave us a comment about any questions you have. And we'll put it in the Tomo Topics and draw from there.
See you.